How's it going, everybody? So I just wanted to update a few people on a few things. So a reminder of May 6th, 2020, Boots for Dylan. We're all gathering at Holywell Park, just off Main Street in Bible Hill. And we would love it if everyone could join us and support the missing and my son Dylan. He is 5 years old now. He was 3 years old when he went missing without a trace in Truro, Nova Scotia, May 6th, 2020. And it'd be just hoping for a great turnout. And thank you everyone for praying for us. I'm never gonna stop fighting. And I will bring Dylan home. Because we have to be positive. There was a few other things I was going to mention, and my mind went blank. I guess, anyone have any questions until I remember what I was going to talk about? Thank you, everyone. Positive vibes. Any more leads? Not really. It's been mostly medium tips, and then I go and search, and haven't had any luck with any of them. For news, we're doing a movie producer. He's done Netflix originals and etc. And he got together with his team in Toronto, I do believe, and they got together with their team, and however that goes with making a movie documentary, and they decided they want to do a documentary on my family and Dylan, and I guess they kind of want to go into the past and talk to other family members and find out their experience with the law enforcement in Truro. They want to kind of run through everything, Ashley's past, everything. They want to go right through childhood up to Dylan's disappearance, to what happened to Dylan, and hoping to get maybe some more answers questioned. I know W5 News did a great job, and this is much bigger than W5 News. It's underway. They're getting a hold of my family now. Dylan is 5 years old now. His birthday was April 16th. When Dylan was born, he was born at 7 a.m., 6 or 7 a.m. on Easter morning. He's an Easter baby. With court, I don't feel like it's important, but I got, I can't even remember the name of it. I didn't get in much trouble at all. What do I feel happened to Dylan? My feelings from day one have been the same. I feel like the grandmother neglected Dylan in some way. The puppy was 6 months old, maybe. And if you watch W5 News, Dylan apparently wasn't too far away from her. I just don't see how that story is possible in any way possible. If you go back to W5 News and listen to my private investigator, I agree with him. I believe that there's more to the story. For the psychics, which psychic? I've talked to so many professionals. Um, I guess I can go through mediums if that helps. Robbie Thomas from United States, professional profiler, professional medium psychic, believes that the police or whatnot should go back to the foundation, which would be the grandmother, back to the foundation. I'm not going to go into what he believes because he didn't really get a chance to come down and do what he wanted because he needed the Truro police permission, and the Truro police didn't give him his permission. For Carol Pate, she believes. I'm not even going to say what she believes because it hurts too much, and I'm not crying on live TV or live TikTok tonight. I'm trying my hardest not to, so. That was more about shacks and hunting shacks and Jeff Parsons and stuff like that. And yes, we've looked into all kinds of shacks and taken pictures. Do you believe the psychics? But the main thing with psychics, they're all different stories, so it's hard to believe them. If they were all on the right track, wouldn't they be all a similar story? Um, Ashley's doing great. As good as a mom can. She has a 14-year-old that she has to take care of daily, so we have to try to make her life as normal as possible. But she's strong. We're all about finding Dylan. Um, that's her whole life. Grandmother's boyfriend, Jeff Parsons, I do believe. Any more questions? How's it going, Daisy? So you're new. So Dylan has been missing since May 6th, 2020 from Truro, Nova Scotia. If you go to YouTube and type in where is Dylan W5 News, you can watch the whole thing. It's a bizarre story. The cops. We'll start with the cops. They waited 3 hours and 7 minutes to put boots on the ground. 40 minutes for canine. It was a mess, all done wrong. The grandmother turned her back for a brief second to tie a puppy, and in 18 seconds, apparently Dylan disappeared. And I just won with the police complaint commissioner in Nova Scotia, Halifax, and they're sending it to the review board because they see that there is issues with the investigation. So I'm fighting to get it reinvestigated. So it's going to a hearing. I have to lawyer up again. Um, you wouldn't believe how hard it is to find out what happened when your child went missing. I have not once gotten a piece of paperwork or anything stating anything. It's not like what you see in the movies. There's no book, there's no pamphlet for nothing. Um, our lead investigator said for a reward for a missing child, he said Google it. That's what we had to deal with. Um, I could go on and on. I could probably sit here for the next 6 weeks and tell you about all the wrongdoings and what I've been through and what life's like being in my situation. But I'm not. Um, I can't stress enough about May 6th. Boots for Dylan. Please bring a pair of boots, child size. And we're going to hang them off Dylan's memorial, which was set up in 2020 until it was vandalized. And yeah, it was vandalized, a 3-year-old memorial in Holywell Park. It, there's no words for what we've been through. Uh, does Ashley's mom have a relationship with? No, they don't have a relationship at all. Ashley believes the same theories and what I believe, that the grandmother's lying. Ashley's father believes that the same thing. Actually, he believes that she planted them. So he's more or less on a whole other theory, which it's all possible. I don't know what happened that day, but 18 seconds didn't happen. There was a puppy there that was obsessed with Dylan. When Dylan runs, it's a game, so he's going to turn back and smile and most likely trip and fall. And he had a pair of boots on that were a size too big, so that was out of the ordinary. With shoes on, he would trip and fall. So you imagine running on, and that's on pavement. So you imagine, like, the news has it all messed up. Dylan wasn't playing by a river. Dylan wasn't anywhere near water whatsoever. He was in a fenced in backyard with one spot that there was a little gap with a bush. So either way, he was kind of struggling through a bit. Um, and then a main road. So and something to do with witnesses, and they don't make sense with the grandmother's story, and it goes on and on and on. I'm fighting for it to be reinvestigated. It's We've all seen the mass shooting, and we've seen all kinds of different things with Nova Scotia police officers, and it's they need training. I don't know what they've been doing, but if you look into the mass shooting case or Dylan's case, you might as well bring a box of Kleenex, because it's I have no words. Do I think he was kidnapped? 100% possible. And I wish that me and Ashley were thrown in a situation where we knew Dylan was dead or alive. Unfortunately, we weren't handed that card. Dylan either went into a small brook and went into a river that leads into the bay, which leads into the Atlantic, or someone kidnapped him and tossed the boots into the brook. There's a halfway house no more than 2 to 3 minutes away from Dorothy's. The area he went missing in isn't the greatest area. There was little homeless shelters and everything else around that brook, needles, etc. And I didn't even know how bad that area looked. I've only been to the grandmother's house, and I left. When me and Ashley would show up. Dylan's never been to the brook or the river. If you watch W5 News, you could not see, or you couldn't hear the river, you couldn't hear the brook on May 6th. Like, come on. I know that river and the brook the back of my hands. Like, I've been doing it 2 years straight, almost every day, searching brooks and rivers and anywhere and everywhere that Dylan could possibly be, and a lot of it just don't make sense. The mannequin failed. They took the weights out of the mannequin. The mannequin did not leave the brook. It got hung up on so many things, but it eventually made it to the 102. And then they say the 102 past there is the bay, but that's not true, because it goes a little further than that. It goes probably half a kilometer to a kilometer further before the bay. But search and rescue did not go any further than the 102. 6 day search. And the other times they searched, I fought for that. I fought every day for it, for the extra helicopter flyby, the extra search, the you name it. I was the one that pushed it. I remember pushing. Nobody really knows this. I had Colchester Search and Rescue on board. I had Nova Scotia Canine Search and Rescue on board, and it was just before Christmas of 2020. And I said to the Truro police, all I want is one more search just before Christmas. And of course, unfortunately, the Truro police said due to funding and resources, they couldn't do another search. But get this, these people were on board. Colchester Search and Rescue already got a hold of Nova Scotia Canine Search and Rescue, Doug Teeft, and they had it all arranged. It was all ready to go, but because I made a police complaint, they shut that shit down. And I some people might think I'm crazy, but I'm not gonna lie. Chief McNeil from Truro Police, he called me up the day. It must have been a few days after my police complaint, and he said, "You've slowed down your," or first, sorry, at first he's like, "I thought we were on the same page," and I was like, "Well, no, I feel like things were done wrong," and he's like, "Well, you've slowed down your son's investigation. You're not to talk to the lead investigator, and you're to get one email a week." And then I got mad, and then I started talking to Tom from head of Colchester Search and Rescue. I had talked to him a lot, and he actually told me probably too much. Same with other members and stuff like that. They told me too much. Then I started getting mad, real mad at everything. Everybody, family members. I pushed everybody away. I got so angry with everything. Um, and then you watch W5 News and they say that my anger this, my anger that, and that's not the true whatsoever. I could show you guys some recordings that I won't share on Facebook or anywhere, but it'd probably make you sick to your stomach, like how a cocaine seizure was more important than looking into a, a, a recording or video surveillance of Dylan at a Walmart. Now tell me how cocaine comes, like, we're brainwashed. We live in a world, and you guys, and I never knew any of this until my son went missing. But this world's fucked. That's all I gotta say. It's all politics and money. They don't care. But like Colchester Search and Rescue, they lost funding 3 days before Dylan went missing. Um, a lot of different things happened right around the time Dylan went missing. COVID-19, they blamed COVID-19. That's why they couldn't do the shoulder to arm length, and search that area really good. They turned away Wings of Mercy on day one. They turned away boat side sonar. I'm not going to mention names. They pushed away a lot of help. I was told by a lead investigator that it was or not lead investigator, but a retired cop. He more or less said that some situations cops, they get proud, and in Dylan's case they were too proud, and they thought it was going to be a good outcome. They thought they were going to find Dylan always just hiding behind a tree. We'll just use that as an example. And then it was like, oh shit, it's too late. We haven't found this child. We fucked up. Or something, because 3 hours and 7 minutes for boots on the ground, and search and rescue was ready within 15 to 20 minutes. What was the delay? No media, no nothing. Like, I'll be on here every day, all day for the rest of my life fighting for Dylan because he's my only child. I'm going to be that squeaky wheel in the Truro Police's fucking ear for the rest of my life. I do not get the W5 there. Yeah, it's pretty hard to watch W5 News. Bothers me, I can't believe it. It's okay that you guys can't come out and search. I honestly, that's something I wanted to bring up tonight, so thank you. So, I live in Truro, Nova Scotia, and I'm a resident in Bible Hills, so I live like a second away from Truro. And in the past year, I've not seen any family member in a year at a search, other than Ashley, of course. And I haven't seen any members of Bible Hill and Truro in a long time, and I'm starting to feel like maybe I've done something wrong, or maybe I've offended people in the past, or my anger got in the way. If that is the case, I am sorry with all my heart. My emotions are all over the place trying to understand life, if that makes sense. So, hopefully, we can all get together May 4th. May 4th is the last day that I seen my son, not May 6th. May 4th, my sister's birthday. We were on the no contact order with the police, me and Ashley. A stupid fight in 12 years we were together. And I remember playing with Dylan and me, my mom, my sister. We would gather up a bunch of the water bottles, the 500 mils or the small ones. They come in 24, and we'd stand them all up, and we roll Dylan through them all, and they'd all fall over, and he'd laugh and giggle, and he'd pick them all up, and he'd want to go again, and it was great, and that was the last, I guess, time ever. It's the last time I seen him smile, and um, there's so that's coming up in a couple days, and just give me a minute here, guys. So that's coming up in a minute, and then in a few days, sorry, and I'd like to do a search, and I'd like to do it at 10 a.m. at the Timbit soccer field just off Park Street, and I think it's just off Laurie Street or Lawrence Street, just by the CEC High School. You can um, you can GPS it, Timbit soccer field in Truro, and I'd like to meet everybody there and discuss an area we could search for Dylan, and maybe we could have a great turnout. Maybe 6 people. That'd make me happy. But blow my mind if I seen 100 people come together as a family. That'd be something. But yeah, May 4th. So that's a special day for me, and I'm gonna really need some support that day. So I'm cutting her short, I guess. That's a long speech for me. Thank you everyone for listening. Please join us May 6th, Holywell Park, just off Main Street, Truro, Nova Scotia, for our for Dylan's anniversary, May 6th. Let's bring Dylan home.